Just fucking die already! Fucking Ruskies! Son of a bitch!
All right, let's get into the details of this MP7 build. So there are a couple different ways that you can build this. This is just how I build my MP7. It's pretty close to the best that you can make. Depending on your playstyle, as you can see in the video that you just watched, there's barely any recoil at all with this MP7. So I tend to go for a little more ergonomics rather than recoil control, because I don't feel like the recoil control is really that necessary. Obviously, you're going to be shooting a weapon that shoots a lot of bullets very quickly, so if you feel like you're having trouble with the recoil, you can go with a different grip. But for the most part, this is pretty much what I run. Okay, so this is pretty much going to be exactly how you find the MP7 if you find it in the marked room or you get it from a trade or whatever. It's going to have a 20 mag, which we're going to drag out because we don't want to get that 20. We're going to buy 40 rounders. And it's going to most likely come with the Flashhider as well, which is actually very important because this is going to go under our suppressor. It's going to come with a front and rear MP7 sight, which we are going to drag off here because we do not want that. It's going to come with the base stock, which we are going to want. So we want to keep that base stock and the Flashhider on. The first thing you're going to go and buy is a Rotex 2 4.6 by 30 silencer. This is going to go right over the top of your Flashhider, and it's going to suppress your weapon and it'll give you a little more bullet velocity. So we're going to drag that on there. And then I went ahead and bought a PEQ -15 tactical device. This is very good because obviously I like using laser sights because it increases the hip fire accuracy or the point firing accuracy, which you're going to be doing a lot. This is going to give you -2 ergonomics, but that's fine. Because obviously you're not going to be, using aim down sights a ton with the MP7. But if you are, we're going to build a little bit of ergo so that you can, turn faster. You can ready your weapon faster. If you don't know what ergonomics is, it's basically the weapon handling of your gun, how fast you bring your gun up for, after sprinting, how fast you aim down sights, your turn speed while running with the weapon, etc., etc. So we're going to make up for that with the underbarrel, so don't worry about that. So we're going to go in here and we're going to drag the AN PEQ laser on the side, which is exactly like where I like having mine. We're going to put the X400 on the other side here. And remember, all of these together are going to run you about 140,000 rubles. So this is a higher end build, but obviously that number can fluctuate. So we're going to drag this on the side. So we're going to have a flashlight on one side and we're going to have our laser sights on the other. The reason I like having a flashlight is because the flashlight can be used as a weapon in a lot of cases. If you're flashing them from a really long range, they can have a hard time figuring out how close or far you are from them, and that can be used as a weapon. So I like having a flashlight, and especially on some darker maps, if people are hiding in corners of certain like offices or whatnot on interchange, it can really help you there. So I like using the MRS, the Walther, I think it's the Reflex sight. I like using this. This is entirely preference. If you want to go a little more like a bulkier holographic sight, you can do that. Like for example, on my AK, I have the XPS3 holographic sight. If you want to go with that, it's a EOTech. The EOTechs are pretty good. If you want to a little bit more, bulkier of a sight. But this is like +2 accuracy, -2 ergo, 400 sighting range. And then this one here is -2 ergo. So this doesn't give you the plus accuracy, but you really aren't going to need the accuracy on this gun because you're going to be using it mostly close up. So I personally like using the reflex sight. Now, this is entirely preference. Some people like to go, what's the best of the best? And if that's the case, you probably want to go with a different sight. But this is just the sight that I prefer. And I rather have a sight that I'm really, really comfortable with. And that's why I prefer that one. So the next thing you want to go get is the MBUS. So the Magpul MBUS Gen 2 front sight. So this is going to basically be filling in for your front sight that you took off. Remember, if you don't want to get this, it's only 2,000 rubles. It's worth getting. It's pretty much just +1 free ergonomics, and it's going to up your sighting range to 300. So that's going to up the ergo a little bit. And then I like to use the Zenit RK1 Foregrip, which is the side handle that I really like the way it looks. It's giving you -4% recoil and +7 ergonomics. I like the extra ergo for when you're running around like a madman, like you're probably going to be doing with the MP7. Obviously, you don't want to be too crazy, but that's just the grip that I like. Like I said, if you feel like the gun still has too much recoil, which it really shouldn't feel like it has any recoil at all, you can go with the Zenit RK2 if you want. I'm using it here on this weapon, and I can drag it over just to kind of give you an idea of what the difference would be. So if we drag that over, it'll just look like this. It'll be a much longer grip, but obviously you're not going to get as much ergo with that. And I like I said, having a little more ergo. I think it's okay to sacrifice 1% recoil control for 5 ergonomics, you know? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it works a little bit better, and I like the way it looks too. So you gotta remember, at the end of the day, this is a video game, and what you like, just run with it, you know? It doesn't always have to be the best of the best, but some people like not being at a disadvantage, so we're just gonna do that. And then you want to grab some MP7 40 rounds. So these are the 40 round mags. I like to run at least 6 of them, because you're gonna shoot MP7 ammo incredibly fast. You're gonna be dumping mags on stuff. And because of that, I like to run some extra magazines. So I think like anywhere between 6 and 7 mags is good. Drag that on. We're going to unfold it, and that's pretty much the build. Make sure to pull in your APSX bullet, which is, like I said, the armor-piercing rounds that you're going to want to have. And there it is. She's beautiful. 65 ergonomics, 0.243 accuracy, 300 sighting range, and 157 horizontal recoil, 775 meter per second muzzle velocity, and 950 RPM. So this is going to be that gun that just completely shreds up close. Now, I think that the P90 is a little bit like better of a version of this type of gun if you want it. It has more rounds, but you know, reloading mags, you dump mags just as fast with a P90 as you do with an MP7. But loading the mags of a P90 takes forever. So this is just kind of another option. I still think that the P90 is better than the MP7 in a lot of scenarios, but I really, really like the MP7, and I think that this is a super good weapon. Now, if you really wanted to, you could drag the rear sights on if you wanted to. Where is it? Right there. You could drag the rear sight on if you wanted to. It's unnecessary though. It's really just a waste of money. You could probably go like sell these for something. I doubt it will sell for very much, but I guarantee you if you went over here to maybe like mechanic, he'll probably sell it for a little bit. Yeah, it's only like 700 rubles, so it's really not worth much. But if you just wanted to like make the gun look a little bit cooler, I guess you could put that back sight on, just make it look a little bit different. But if you really cared that much about the 400 rubles or whatever, you don't need to have it. This does absolutely nothing. It doesn't affect the gun at all. It just makes you a little bit heavier. So if you wanted to get rid of that, it's not going to matter either way. But some people are really picky about that and want to make sure that you don't waste any money at all. And if that's the case, yeah, you can take that off. It doesn't do anything. So I love this build. I really do. I think it's very good. The point firing is absolutely insane. Anywhere between, medium to like close range, you're going to be able to just absolutely melt with this weapon. So, yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for future builds, let me know. I want to do a lot of build videos. I want to do, budget builds and maybe medium range builds. And then we can also do some really high end builds as well, where we spend a lot of money on the most expensive stuff. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to drop the video a like. If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe. tons and tons of Escape from Tarkov videos coming to you soon. So be sure to keep a lookout for that. Thank you for watching. I've been Like Butter, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, everybody.